I feel like today I am appropriately holidayed out. We've got Christmas cats on. I've got a cup of coffee in my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. Mm-hmm. We are good to go for the holidays, I guess. Friends, hello. Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I'm Samantha, and welcome to what have you done? Wait, what have you done? Episode. Here's hoping that worked. We're trying to do some sly stuff with the microphone there. Anyway, welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks, and welcome back to an episode of What Have You Done? Now, these episodes are my version of a crochet podcast, crochet show and tell, where I show off things that I have made, finished, all that good stuff. And today we have a theme. Can you guess what the theme is? Can you guess with my coffee mug? Even cheers, by the way, if you have a drink. Cheers. I'm gonna take a sip. Coffee. It's very much needed today. I'm always worried that I'm gonna like elbow things over here. So here's hoping this isn't a disaster waiting to happen. But anyway, even though my sweatshirt, it is a band sweatshirt. It's for a band called Incubus, which is one of my absolute favorite bands. You guys have probably seen me wearing their merch and yada yada. But it's Christmas cats, right? I mean, come on. And it's a black sweatshirt, so it's as Christmassy as I tend to get. But anyway, we are going to show off, well, I am going to show off today some Christmas things that I have made. Now, I have not made a ton, and in fact, I started this idea last year, and I still have not completed everything I wanted to complete because of who I am as a person. But I'm going to show you some things that I did make, that I did finish. I'm kind of like this week and next week, kind of in the process of actually decorating for Christmas, for Hexmas, for Gothmas, Yule, whatever you want to call it. I tend to switch between all of those. Gothmas is probably my favorite. But I'm in the process of like decorating and, putting this stuff up. I feel like it's going to be Christmas Eve and I'll be like, yay, I'm finally done. And then, and then I get to enjoy it for one day. But anyway, I dragged some stuff out from last year that I made and I wanted to show it off to you. And I'm just going to talk about the yarn, the patterns, the stuff that I made, in case you're curious, because I feel like, I don't address you guys as friends every time I open one of these videos for like no reason, right? We're friends, we're buddies, we're pals, we're girlfriends, we're boyfriends, we're all of the friends, right? So it's like a chit chat with your friends. I'm gonna show you some stuff, I'm gonna show off some stuff, and it's gonna be great. So let's get started. So my mug over here, and can you see him? There's a little Jack Skellington right there. There's also that green little bauble thing there. I know you can't see him, but that's Oogie Boogie. These things are in theme for today because the vague sort of theme that I'm going for Gothmas, Hexmas, Yule, whatever, is the Nightmare Before Christmas. I am such a sucker for not only Tim Burton, but Nightmare Before Christmas in general. It's one of my favorite movies. I love it. I have seen it so many times. But I wanted to make kind of themed decorations for my tree, for my house, for my whatever, this year, to have them up this year. And I got two things done. So it's all good, right? The first thing that I'm going to show you here is something that did take me quite a while. And in fact, don't tell anyone, okay? But I only just completely 100% finished this thing today, okay? But check it out. Ready? I made a wreath. I made a wreath. Now, this was a for sure learning experience. And if I can find the patterns, because I used kind of vague patterns for the actual covering of the wreath form. This is just a foam wreath form. I made the covering, I made the stars, and I got this little guy down here from Etsy. So if I can find the shop I bought this from, I'll link it below. If I can't find it, it was like a one and done, like there was only one listing, so I may not be able to find it. But if I can, of course, I'll link it. But if I can find the patterns, because I made this last year, if I can find them, of course, I'll put them down below. But I made 5 little stars in like graduating sizes. And with the handle here, it kind of reads like a crescent moon, right? Kind of, at least in my head it does. Like the stars in a kind of crescent moon. And then black and white and, you know, Santa Jack, Sandy Claus Jack. It was a cute idea, and it came out the way I meant it to. It's cute. It's going to go up on my door. In fact, I'll put a picture up over here of what it looks like on my front door. With, let me set it down here, with the bats and moons and star, like little, they're like decals, or not decals, like window clings, the like squishy, sticky ones. They're above my door. They have been there for like 3 years now. They never come down. There's always a little bit of witchy on my door. But the wreath is going to go on my door. I'm very proud of it. It's super cute. It's made with Red Heart Super Saver. It's just like black and white, and then I think the red is cherry. Pretty sure. I had a big backlog of cherry. I think you could even see it. There's one hiding right there on my shelf. I purchased a lot of cherry, the bright red, to make a certain little niece in my life a Elmo themed something. And then she decided she doesn't like Elmo anymore. Go figure. So I had a whole bunch of red, and you get it. So the color scheme vaguely is red, white, and black. But it's also not. You'll see what I mean here in a sec. But that's the first thing. That's my wreath for my door. Now the other thing I have to show you, I do remember the pattern, and I did make this last year. This is a Crochet Crowd pattern. So it is Mikey, Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. Although I believe it's also a written pattern on probably Yarn Inspirations as well. But that's, you know, neither here nor there. I'll link the Crochet Crowd, that's it. I was going to say the Crochet Channel. I will link the Crochet Channel down below. But this is a tree skirt. Now, I made this last year, and I have some caveats here, so let me just show you what it looks like. I'm never, ever going to get this whole thing in frame. Oh, look, it's like my very first, what have you done? I'm peeking at you. You can kind of see, it's a star shape. There's points. It's quite big because my tree is it's an artificial tree, of course, because Mama don't got time for pine needles on my floor. But it's an artificial tree, and it's black. And so black, red, and white, you get it, right? This yarn is a Lion Brand Basic Stitch anti-pill, I think. I can't remember the colorway, but it's the red, white, gray, and black one. And I will say my caveat for this project is I wanted to use this yarn for a tree skirt, but I don't think it was the right choice. There's a lot of like fun texture. You are never going to be able to see. I'll try. This top row, every other row are X stitches, cross stitches. And they just get lost. It just 100% gets lost in the craziness of this very short variegated yarn. So I would say maybe if I'm feeling froggy, I'm not going to frog it, but if I'm feeling froggy, I'll jump. You know that phrase? Anyway. Don't say froggy to a crocheter. They're like, what? No. Anyway, if I'm feeling froggy, I might redo this specific tree skirt. If a certain someone releases a certain pattern with hexagons for Hexmas, hexagons for Hexmas, girl. If that happens, I may remake or make again or whatever with a solid color yarn with my cherry backlog, or I might stripe it myself. No, I wouldn't stripe, no. My brain is going a mile a minute, so I would not stripe the hexagons. I would do them each individual colors, right? But if I made this again, is what I meant to say, I would just stripe it myself. So one row black, one row white, you get it. Because again, the like beautiful texture, the beautiful stitch, it just gets lost. You can't even tell. It just looks like a mishmash of red, gray, white, and black. And that's okay. But I don't have my tree up yet to even show you what this looks like underneath it. I am 100% behind. I feel like I'm struggling this year with Hexmas, with Gothmas, with Christmas, with all of it. I only just, for example, put some Christmas cards in the mail. Like, I'm still, like, desperately twirling yarn and my crochet hooks to try to get some last-minute gifts done. And we're, like, halfway through the month, and, you know, crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But once I do get my Christmas tree up and get this tree skirt underneath it, of course I'll show it off to you. Like I said, I'm working on it this week, next week, because I have a little gift exchange going on with Heather, the Crochet Witch. Hey, Heather! She and I exchanged 12 days of gifts, and you will very likely... Now, I'm filming this on the Sunday before the 14th. So that's the day that it is currently for me. Weekends are usually the time I have time to record videos. So the plan is for Wednesday, the 14th, for the first day of that gift exchange to go live, the video to go live. I have yet to film it even, but you get it, right? It's not the 14th. However, this video may also go up on the 14th, so you may get a double dose of me today. So if you haven't seen it, if this is up on the 14th, which I think it very likely will be, check out my channel. I'll probably link it somewhere too, up here, wherever it is, who knows. It'll be linked somewhere in my gift exchange with Heather, because there are going to be 12 short videos every day from the 14th to the 25th, opening gifts that I exchanged with Heather. She's already opening my gifts, but I'm opening hers closer to Christmas, so that on Christmas Day, we have one to open, right? You understand. I'm very excited for those, and I want to have my Christmas tree up by the time I'm like filming those every day, because I want to show it off to you. I can show it off to you. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. I'll try. But if I can get a good picture, all of that babbling, just to say, if I can get a good picture of my tree skirt with my tree, eventually you will see a picture of it. I did have a picture of my wreath on my door because that's nice and easy. I just plop it on the door, but the tree is a little more involved. And as we know, I am a generally lazy kind of person, so we'll see how long it takes me. Like I said, I have a feeling it's going to be Christmas Eve and I'm finally done. But anyway, there's one other thing I wanted to mention here. Hold on, let me grab it. So I had planned last year to make a witch hat for the top of my tree as my tree topper. Surprise, surprise, it didn't happen. So I'm going to use my actual witch hat. Now this is my like Halloween witch hat. I wore it in a couple of videos for Halloween even. It's pretty and sparkly, feather, faux feather. This was just from Michael's, and hold on, let me cough, hold on. Okay, we're good. So, I'm still battling the tail end of a cold. Don't be surprised if you hear this cold, like, go in and out while I'm making videos for the next week or so, because it, like, disappears and then comes back, and then I get stuffy, and it could be allergies too, but I digress. So this is from Michael's. This was from a couple of years ago. I did plan to make like a fun and funky black, sparkly, red, whatever, witch hat for the top of my Christmas tree as the tree topper, you know. But this is going to have to do until I can actually make it, because let's be real, I don't have all the time in the world until Christmas. I'm already feeling the Christmas crunch. Time, I'm telling you, it disappears. Need a sip of something. Hold on. Coffee. It not only feeds my soul, but it soothes my throat. And before I start hacking up a lung here, I'm just gonna go, because I showed you everything I wanted to show you. I've talked your head off enough. And also, you very likely have already seen me or will see me again today on the 14th, if all goes to plan. So, anyway, if you enjoyed my video, if you like the things that I made, give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because I would love to have you join us here too. I appreciate your time. I know time is precious, especially now in this month. Things are crazy. Your time is precious, so please know that I appreciate so much the fact that you spent that time here with me today. And until the next time I see ya, goodbye.